All right, you're asking for it, so here it is.
Epicast.
Listen to this.
I want you fucks laughing at we partners pod, kid. You understand? We in here drinking, singing, all that shit, dog. We sweating, getting wet.
All right, welcome to the 218th episode of the Drinking Partners podcast. Yes, this is our Daryl Strawberry episode. Shout out to Daryl Strawberry, man. Nobody talks about him. One of the most feared sluggers in baseball history. Everybody know about the drug problems and whatever, but he came through that. Now he's like a preacher or some shit, so turned his life around, rebranded, great. But the reason that I chose him was because he's the coolest dude I ever met, man. He has admitted that between innings during Major League Baseball games, he would have sex with fans. Now that is awesome multitasking, bro. Can you multitask like that? Can you between 3 outs, nigga? You got 3 outs to get it off.
Man.
And then he come out and hit a home run. Like, shout out to Daryl Strawberry.
Smoking crack and smanging in between.
I didn't know if he did I don't know if he did the crack during the 7th inning stretch, but he was cracking backs. That's the most.
He was getting the energy from somewhere, man.
I don't even know. That's crazy. Between him and Wilt Chamberlain, who claimed to have slept with like 20,000 women, I'm like, yo, which one of y'all is lying? Because Wilt's lying.
Yeah.
Wilt's lying.
Yeah, he's definitely.
I'm trying to figure out how Daryl got him into the locker room, though. Like, how do you do that? How do you disappear from the dugout?
I mean, who's going to say anything? Like, I mean, it wasn't the media didn't.
I guess if you run,
it was like, this is before Snapchat. Like,
hey, Daryl, come on the cast, man. Let's talk about it, all right? I'm half the host in tandem, Ed Bailey. I'm joined, as always, with my co-host, Dave Brace. You say what up to the people.
What's good with you people? We are the Drinking Partners, and if you're looking for us, you can find us on epicastnumber.com/partnerspod. You can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Libsyn, Google Play,
Googleable,
and Spotify under Drinking Partners. You can find us on IG, Twitter, and Facebook at PartnersPod. 218 episodes, man. We've been asking y'all, and we will continue to ask you, man. Please hop on iTunes, hop on Facebook, rate and review. That's how we know what we're doing well. That's how we let others know that we're doing well, and that's how we continue to do well, man. So please hop on iTunes, rate and review.
Look, you love us. You see us out in public. You tell us that you love us. Now, at the click of a button, please tell the internet. Please tell the world. Tell everybody. All right, we've been telling you 217 times. The 218th time, I'm gonna say it again.
Yeah.
All right. In lieu of rates and reviews, we do accept shots of Hennessy. Shout out to Car Guy DJ and the Conways.
Yeah.
We're starting the trend. That's some real shit. Y'all laughing like people be bringing us Hennessy. Somebody talking about, I wish I had Hennessy when we seen him yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday she's like, I was supposed to bring you some Henny. I was like,
you damn right you were supposed to bring us some Hennessy. Talking about you wish you had Hennessy. I wish you had Hennessy.
You knew you was going to see us.
You knew what I was waiting on. I'll be standing at every event rubbing my tummy like somebody feed me now. But yeah, man, give us those rates and reviews too, man. We need to know what's really good, how we need to restructure, rebrand, whatever we need. You know what I mean? We're going to keep this thing going. We want to make you guys are entertained. So let us know what's up. But we always give you opportunities to see us too, right? We out and about. So our next is July
27th. We'll be down at Comptra Theater. If you're looking for tickets, that's ComtraTheater.ticketleap.com. As always, man, and we keep saying this, is BYOB and free craft beer.
Ampersand.
And free craft beer. We got Union Brothers out of Butler coming through. They always bring at least 4 or 5. I mean, in that crazy ass box that they got.
Bring the pain.
So a nice selection of that. Get that stranger sauce, that cuvee with the IPA New England and the sour that they got at the strawberry lemonade sour. Ooh, you do little thing. They call it stranger sauce.
Yeah, I'm still kind of reluctant to say that.
Well, I mean, once you have it, you might wet your whistle with some stranger sauce.
Stranger danger, like I don't know. I mean, synonymous, man. But come get some cuvee.
Yeah, that's fancy.
And let's shout out everybody from the event last night. We coming off the very local, very fresh, man, very successful event, man. Thank everybody who supported. It was dope, man.
Yeah, man. Very local, helping to make that a thing, bringing in some folks from out of town, and just having a real conversation around some good booze. Hopefully we could see more of that happening. That's, kind of the mission of Fresh Fest, is not just, having fun and drinking, but also like, having real conversations, real opportunities, bringing folks into it in a way that, they typically, haven't had the opportunity to do so. So not just, getting shit-faced in a parking lot with a bunch of white dudes, but, let's go into the community and, go to a community hub and have conversations with the community without asking, much, if anything, from them other than, just have a good time and go about your way. I mean, like, that doesn't happen often. And we appreciate the folks that, came out and helped to support that. So, shout out to that. And if you're looking for another opportunity to get into the industry, Fresh Fest, beerfest.com.
Yes, y'all, in the Fresh Fest.
August 10th, man. 28 black brewers coming in from around the country. We got 45 local collaborations, and they are collaborations with artists, entrepreneurs, black artists, entrepreneurs, politicians from around the country. Canada. We got Canada's Ren Navarro coming through. So technically, we international,
Blame
baby.
Canada. Blame Canada.
So come through. We got 6 bands outside on the main stage. We got 4 rotating DJs on the inside stage. We got 20 black-owned food vendors, 10 live artists, 10 nonprofit organizations, and just a whole lot of fun, man. So come through August 10th, freshfestbeerfest.com down at Nova Place.
Yeah, man, and that's, it's as we've been saying, it's a vibe, so come through, get your vibes, and that leads us right into, it's a great transition into our guest today. Very excited to have these lovely ladies on the podcast. They were at the very local, very fresh event last night, collaborating for the Fresh Fest Beer Fest August 10th. We have Christine Hallenbeck, Tap Tender, and Michelle MCQ, Beer Tender. Beer tender. See, you gave me the wrong shit.
Get it right.
Nah, you the one told me tap tender,
That's because
motherfuckers.
I ain't have to say it out loud.
Beer tender. All right, we'll get into the title, and then we got Michelle MCQ, Quality Control Manager.
Yes.
Got that of Union Craft Brewery from Maryland, Baltimore, Maryland, in the building. Say what up to the people.
Hi there.
Hello.
I don't know if we got a synonymous.
Yeah, that was a
We-
tandem.
Synergy.
We sync pretty well, so.
Yeah, that was good synergy there. So we want to thank you for coming out, one, to the event last night and coming on to the cast and kicking it with us today. How y'all ladies doing?
I'm doing great. Excited to be here. Never done this before.
Never casted?
Podcast. Yeah.
Yes, I'm saying you've never casted.
never done it.
No.
Yeah, this is cool.
Well, thanks for having us. Yeah, the event yesterday was a great time, and I'm excited to be here, equally as excited as yesterday. So,
Yeah, no, thank you guys for coming out. You were at the festival last year, pouring up. I think you're in a few of the promo events.
I saw that, and I was wearing the same shirt yesterday that I wore at the festival, so there's that.
Nice.
Consistency.
Yeah,
It is
you're right.
brand continuity.
Yeah, there we go.
And that's why Beer Tender was important, because it's clearly brand continuity. Tell us the difference between.
Don't jump on the bandwagon like you didn't tell me tap tender. I asked. I was like, yo, what was the name?
I definitely.
I serve beer in a tap room, so maybe that's where the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
You weren't wrong.
Thank you, MCQ.
You're welcome.
I love that nickname.
That is
Yeah.
a dope nickname.
Yeah.
She got that here on the podcast.
Says that on my my chemical gloves at work, MCQ. So
Okay, chemical gloves at work. So
Yeah.
What? Okay, so let's talk. So we got into your title and what you do. You basically you create the ambiance, though, the atmosphere. You affect the atmosphere most directly in the tap room. Now you have the MCQ gloves as a quality control manager. What do you do?
So I kind of oversee everything in production, all aspects of production that lead to the best quality beer possible. So that's consistency, cleaning, making sure the beer is not spoiled by any wild yeast or bacteria, making sure we're cleaning efficiently and effectively, and just overseeing the processes, as I said, to make sure we're doing everything to the best of our ability.
So how do you work together in tandem? Because I'd imagine that you'd have to both see a lot of the issues and then communicate properly to one another. I mean, so how does that relationship work? Where are your eyes at?
So as a beer tender, my job is to make sure that the beer tastes good all the time. So I'm always trying it, making sure that everything's all right. Whenever I have a problem and I don't know what it is, but I know something's off, I just hit Michelle up, and I'm like, something's off, and she runs in from her little lab and then just saves the day pretty much. That's how that goes.
It's great that I have a little window that does have a view of the tap room, and I can just kind of peek around and see if anyone gives me the eye of come over here now.
Yeah.
Hopefully, and it stays pretty rare that happens. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing my job.
Right.
So
she kills her job.
Thank you.
So how did you both get into beer in general?
So Jenna, at the time she was the administrative ninjasaurus at the time. She's now.
I'm sorry. The what?
Yeah. Well, that's right. In the world,
y'all making up these titles.
In the world of craft beer, you can have any title that you
You'd be
want.
surprised.
Dope. It's so dope.
MCQ came with something real running a mill, quality control.
Brontosaurus Joe.
I'm like, what the hell?
Okay.
Yeah. She was the administrative ninjasaurus. Now she's brand design and.
Yeah, she's kind of the lead. Brand design and marketing.
But
I don't understand that position at all.
You still didn't explain what is a ninjasaurus.
So Jenna loves dinosaurs.
She's super into dinosaurs.
And yeah, I don't know if she'd want me to say it, but she's gotten into some recording business with some songs about dinosaurs. But she loves them.
But, yeah.
So yeah,
I'm so
she
confused
just kind
at
of
what's sitting on the couch right now. I don't understand y'all at all.
I don't know if we do either.
You got to meet Jenna.
Y'all got hella good beer. Yo, this beer is crazy, y'all. Do y'all hear what's coming out of Union Craft?
A hell of a good time. That's what's coming out of it.
Crazy.
Yeah, everybody's having fun at that motherfucker. Like, so, but like, what does a ninjasaurus do? Like, it sounds like.
So the story behind that is that she was the administrative assistant, and they just asked that she had to have admin in her name. So she made up her name, they cleared it, and that was the end of that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a fun work environment. That's the takeaway.
Best work environment.
Yeah, but like you could actually put that on a resume though. That's what the beauty
you
of
put
it.
on a business
card, man.
Like, that's that's the type of shit that takes you to places. Because like you be looking at that like what? Then you call the motherfuckers up and be like, so do you have a ninjasaurus on your staff? Like that's cool.
No, I'm bringing you in for an interview. If your resume come across my desk, I'm bringing you in. I don't give a fuck what we interview.
Once you confirm that shit, like
I could be working for the Port Authority. I'm bringing a ninjasaurus in. So if someone tried to rob an old lady at the front of this bus, what moves would you do?
I got the double staple under the gun, straight to the neck.
Yeah. So Jenna actually brought me into Union. I got brought in doing tastings at liquor stores, accounts. Then I started doing events, which were awesome. I loved those. And then I tried to take up any opportunity that I can get to be in the brewery. So I started labeling beer, canning beer whenever the canning line needed help. Then went full-time beer tender, planned events, do a bunch of stuff there. It's awesome. Great people, great. Yeah.
I mean, what's it like being in a black city with craft beer?
Yeah, be more like
Bird City.
I don't know any nickname.
Say it again.
What Bird City, is that the nickname for that?
Bird
shit.
City.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Ravens,
we got the Ravens and the Orioles.
Yeah.
Well, I'm from Cleveland. I don't fuck with the Ravens.
Yeah. He's still mad y'all took.
They stole our Super Bowl. You know what I mean?
So mad.
They left Cleveland.
Y'all ain't even seen who's seen a Raven. You ain't seen no fucking Raven.
They're plenty around.
You seen a Raven in Baltimore?
All right.
The Super Bowl has seen a Raven.
All right. All right. So what we not gonna do? All right, because we up right now. They saying we might fuck around and win 4 games. Right? We on top of the world.
Oh, so he's from Cleveland, just in case y'all didn't catch that.
I definitely didn't catch that one.
He's a little salty.
Not about being from Cleveland, but that they took the team and then the team won a Super Bowl. That's like a nigga taking your girl and then getting a job at fucking the White House. And you're like, yo, I cannot get that clearance, fam. She chose the right dude.
You was a ain't shit nigga until you left, and then you got good. Like that is the worst story.
They laugh about you at dinner time. Like, remember you was with that one dude? Sorry, go ahead. I'm fucked up.
So yeah, Bird City, and what is it like being in a black neighbor, like in a black city with craft beer?
It's awesome. It's cool. I get to meet people every day that have never had a craft beer before, which is awesome. And every day, more and more black people are coming into Union, and yeah, it's dope to give people that first experience, be the face of Union, really be able to just be as inclusive as we can. It's awesome.
I mean, but like, do you run into the same issues?
Always, every day.
Because even when I was in there, it was much more, and you've been in Pittsburgh for a little while. It was much more of a diverse scene. Like, while it was still a bit, like lopsided, it was still, a bit more diverse than you would see here in a regular, on the average, brewery or whatever. So, like, do you still get a lot of that, like, people feeling like they're the only ones or whatever, or?
Most definitely. Yeah, all the time. But that's why, they walk in and sometimes I wear my grills behind the bar.
Yeah.
Which is, did I have my grills in when I met you?
Yeah. I was like, I
get people all the time. They're like, oh my God, you were the first person that I've ever seen with a set of grills behind a bar. That's awesome.
Or
behind a craft bar.
Yeah, craft beer bar.
It was the first grill I've seen in the craft industry, and it really fucked me up because you didn't have a grill earlier in the day.
Yeah.
And then you had a grill, and I was like, is this the same woman?
Yeah, it's me. It gives me a lisp, so I just didn't want to have that lisp on the panel, but
okay, smart.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's event planning. That's the event planner coming out of it. Like, maybe no list today.
Yeah, not today.
Yeah, and then like to go on top of what you were saying, even though there still is very much so that presence of beer is bearded white male, at least the consumption of it and production. But Union, when I first went to the tasting room a few years ago, it kind of blew my mind without even knowing the head brewer Kevin, who's black. There was that feeling of inclusion for everyone, and just you're getting served well. You feel very welcome, and now in our much bigger space where we have the opportunity to have so many more people come through, I think even without people knowing about Kevin, or that we do have a really strong, black representative in the craft beer scene on our team, there is that sense of welcome. And I think that's how our other founders are as well. Just all about community and the whole aspect of Beer Unites. That means everyone.
Yeah, no, it was definitely a vibe. Like when I walked in or whatever, it was like I said, it felt like, it almost felt like a festival. Like, kind of.
It's a party all the time.
Yeah, like a hippie lawn.
Like, sure.
And I'd imagine that's intentional because, you're saying you're seeing more and more African Americans coming into the brewery. What do you think is driving them in? We have obviously an initiative with Fresh Fest here, and we're seeing that same thing like at our events. We're seeing, more African Americans show up even amongst my inner group of friends. Like, they're like, yo, what are you doing next? None of them have had craft beer before I was introduced. So what do you think is driving people in? Like, what's the driving force behind it?
I know for a fact that Union specifically, I planned the Melanin Market. It was the first Black History Month event that we had. Fresh Fest was our inspiration. Oh. And we planned the Melanin Market, Black History Month pop-up. We had a marching band there, black vendors, artists.
Something about a marching band make it feel black as fuck, don't it?
White people white people in there who had never seen a band. They didn't even know.
Percussion section, boy. That's real family. The percussion group? Oh, man.
It was, there were some tears in the room for sure, but it was really nice. And I think that is what Union needed to kind of open up the doors for people to just be like, we're here. And we're also black owned.
So the Melanin Market, is it a market? I'm imagining it's a marketplace, all black owned small businesses, and you can come in.
Mm-hmm. Okay. We have a private event space that we had, there is a library, Rosedale Library in Maryland. They have a Negro League baseball museum inside their library, and we had them pop up inside the private event space, had all the memorabilia. It was really nice. It was awesome.
Yeah. I tried to go to the Negro League. There was a Negro League like restaurant out in Chicago. I was out there one time, and that shit was closed when I tried to go. And I got off the train, and it was like it was not in the best neighborhood of Chicago. So that was the scariest 5 minutes I've ever had trying to get back on the train. I was just standing. Chi-Town was real, man. But yeah, so y'all had a Negro League museum.
Yeah, we had what else? The news ended up coming out. That was cool. That was awesome. Got the local news channel came out.
Okay.
Some
The news ended. Okay,
yep.
coming out today.
Union's also just really big, and anytime anything is going on, we get some
really big. You're talking about space, like,
space wise, and just community wise. We're everywhere. Every liquor store, every bar. Everybody knows our beer.
Do you have? Is it just your product on display there, or do you collaborate to have other things on tap or other like things for sale?
Well, you can talk in the tasting room.
Yeah. So we've got we always have different types of beers. We've got our core beers all the time. We've got a series. We've got this rough draft series of beer, which is it's small batch beers that we're doing at our old facility. We moved about a year ago into this big ass space, and then we've got limited edition 16-ounce cans that we do. We just did a collaboration with Crowns and Hops that we're gonna do have out at Fresh Fest, which is awesome. Yeah, we're always doing something new.
So you still use the old facility for small batch?
For small batch, yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of how I think when we were out at Trogs, they had like a small batch system that they used specifically for that.
Yeah,
they got the large
something like that. What is this? Field Study is part of that small batch system. What is this? 380, I think this was 380.
That's 217 episodes that just happened there. That was a smooth
transition.
Yeah,
man. shout out to Trogs.
Agreed.
We got that.
Agreed. That's tasty.
Yeah, we got that three-way collab going on for Fresh Fest. Speaking of, all the good shit. What is that? Apis Meadery and Trogs and Drinking Partners. The Fresh Fest collab. I mean, it's very simply named. It'll be at taps all over the city. First, you got to get it at Fresh Fest. Then you can get it at all the taps of the city afterwards. So shout out to them doing dope shit. Honey, a peach apricot honey ale. Yeah.
It didn't make sense, just like us. Good. You got to make something good out of something that doesn't make sense. That was the discussion. Like, all right, what doesn't go together but will work? And then we was like, yeah.
Well, and they'll be the ones to do a great job of that. Trogs puts out some great stuff.
So what? You guys put out some great stuff. I've had. I brought that duck pin, that double duck
pin,
our flagship beer.
I mean, like y'all would brew some wild shit, and then we had the ginger sour. Yesterday that was popping off. I mean, we ain't getting any of the heat with it.
I'm sad.
So
I packaged up. I packaged up 2 crowlers of the ginger. So the ginger sour in the tap room is offered with habanero or without. And I was supposed to bring the habanero, and I forgot. I had it, and I left the bag of I had 2 crowlers that we were going to drink.
You could like kick it up a notch. Like she'll just like bam that shit right on the bar. Like,
right.
I mean, like,
however hot you want it.
How wild you want to get.
Wait. So how does that work? And then how does that work with you? And then how do you have to monitor that from the quality control aspect if she's adding something into it?
Yeah, how did you brew that shit? Where did that come from?
Because this is the ginger that you
This
first
is a rough draft. Yeah, so I brewed
guys, I know you said your first was a ginger
sour with habanero. It's a part of the rough draft series of beers. So we brewed the ginger sour first, and then made like a tincture with vodka.
So it was actually awesome to watch the process, and kind of dangerous. It's like, no, don't touch that or touch your eyes or any other parts because you're going to be
gloves on.
Yeah, exactly. But what we did, I guess, aved a bunch of habaneros, fresh habaneros. Put them in one of my much bigger flasks with Everclear. Aved, like quarters and like the way we cut them.
Oh, like eighth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Eighth.
They made an
Oh,
eighth. Say
eighth.
eighth. We
I made that a word. I'm not sure
okay.
if it is.
how you spell it though?
I'm not going to go there.
We got an eighth of halves.
Got an 80 a half. Yo, I'm never buying that off of somebody.
Oh,
I'm
man.
standing on it like, yo, I got 80 a halves on deck. I'm good.
But yeah, so we dumped a bottle of Everclear in there with the habaneros
Oh, shit.
and
Whoa.
let it
Whoa.
let
And
it
bottled
sit.
it up. Yeah.
Yeah, let it sit for a while.
God
And
damn.
it's funny at first.
Like those are like two of the most extreme motherfucking things on the planet, like that you could put in your body: habaneros and Everclear. Like
What was
that.
the brainstorm session like when you decided to do Everclear with the habanero? What was like, yo, let's really fuck people up.
Yeah, that's all the conversation
No
was.
shit,
Okay, we're gonna fuck them up.
How can
Sprinkle
we
some
fuck them up?
motherfucking moon rocks in there. No, not the weed. Let's go to NASA. I know the motherfuckers
Yeah.
down the street.
I mean, maybe.
Let's get some Land Rovers.
You can't bring that to very local, very fresh. People just be crawling through
The ginger sour?
People just on the not with the
bring-
habanero on the
No,
Everclear.
man, listen, Pittsburgh needs some motherfucking spice in this bitch. I am sick of eating
We're bringing the
these
ginger
bland-ass
sour with us for
French
sure.
fry
Oh,
sandwiches.
you eat hotel chicken.
We live in a city that eats French fry sandwiches, bro. Like they have bread and fries, as if like like the bread wasn't enough.
All
Like
the starch.
All the starch. It's like fuck it. You know what I mean?
all the
So,
start.
Yeah, not a bit of hab in any of that shit. So no, we needed a little bit of that. But you know, if you're looking for it, it's always down to be more.
Always.
What the fuck was?
We shouldn't be as distracted as that, but I'm really trying to figure out what the words are. It sound like a little bit of trap music. This is all gonna be edited
Someone's
out
getting
anyway.
it back there.
So what did you bring us? Take us on this flavor adventure.
Take us on
All right.
the road.
So we brought Divine, which is an IPA. It's the newest addition to our core lineup of beers. It's a very, I guess it says perversely hoppy, but very juicy, stone fruit kind of forward IPA that you would think by aroma is going to be hazy, and it's not. So if y'all want to crack that open, it is Mosaic and Citra. It's really well balanced, easy drinking, and I'm very pleased with it.
Very tasty.
Yeah, and it represents a great character and person associated with Baltimore. Yeah, so Divine, the wonderful drag queen. This is a way to pay homage to her, like we pay homage to many other local Baltimore.
I was gonna
Great.
say, she's from out there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. We have a beer, Steady Eddie.
Mm-hmm.
Which
We
is,
have so for Steady Eddie Murray, and then we have Rye Baby, which is a take on John Waters' films Cry Baby. We've done a few other one-offs that also kind of get into the John Waters films.
try to.
John Waters.
Yeah, so he
Filmmaker or something.
one of his more famous ones is Hairspray, the original Hairspray.
He did.
did.
Okay. Damn.
Yep.
Hairspray ought to be
Which was filmed part of that was in Hamden, which is where Union is, actually, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, and so is Cry Baby, the movie with Johnny Depp, when he was really young. But
You guys have like a whole like facility down there. Mm-hmm. Like it's not just like
Hamden.
The Union Collective is what it's called. It's so it was a big ass Sears warehouse, and
Oh, so
they
this
bought
big
it.
as fuck.
Yeah, it's big as Sears has a lot of shit in it.
Yeah, there's no
Washing
small,
machines, all
ain't no
kinds of-
little Sears. You ain't never went to a little small Sears.
Nah.
yeah.
So the Union Collective, it's a big warehouse, and we've got 5 other businesses that are in there now. We've got Earth Treks, which is rock climb. They've got rock climbing walls and a full gym. The Charmery, which is it's a big ice cream place in Baltimore. They've got 3 different locations. We've got the Charmery. We've got Vent Coffee Shop. Shout out to Sarah. She's dope. That's the owner of Vent. And we use her coffee beans for a lot of our beers, Snow Pants, or
Anthem.
put in Anthem. We've got Baltimore
Spirits
Baltimore
Company.
Spirits. That's a whiskey distillery. They've got gin. They've got brandy. We've got well-crafted kitchen there on our tap room. We don't have our own kitchen, but we do have another business that's in the tap room, and they do like small plates and stuff. But yeah, it's cool. It's a whole experience when you come to Baltimore.
It's like a one-stop. Like you can,
everybody's
like,
connected.
You can go down there. You can do some rock climbing, get your little, your
after
physical
the rock climb.
on, and after the rock climb.
Yeah, after the rock
Or
climb,
before
that's when you go.
They warn you.
No, don't
Then
come
you-
into the brewery then go rock climb.
That's not.
Or the distillery.
You get your rock climb on, and then after you get a nice sweat, you know what I mean, go in, get some food. You can get some dessert, you know what I mean? Like,
Well, y'all trying to monopolize whole days.
you know what I mean? Like the whole day, you get a little dessert or whatever, then you can go over and get your, you know what I mean, get your food, your booze on.
It's lit
like,
at the
and
collective.
Get a union
Sure.
day.
Hell
We got
yeah.
union days.
End the
Yeah.
night with a little bit of bourbon or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
it's- it's a
beer
great
before
thing.
liquor. You
Yeah,
know?
we've got a great outdoor space, a little beer garden, which is cool. Outside bar that they made out of a shipping container.
Yeah,
Well, it's
a
Baltimore.
fun
You
spot,
gotta
yeah.
have a shipping container do something. It's be more. You know what I mean? It's gotta be true to the city.
There are
Y'all-
enough lying around that to go around, I guess.
Y'all doing beer ice cream yet over there?
I was thinking that the beer.
We do
Beer
some
floats.
collaborations.
How
Yeah.
difficult is that? Like
Not-
thinking about creating ice cream with beer in it. Like
It's not because the Charmery is in the collective. It's easy first off to just do anything
Yeah.
with them. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that it's not. That
Well, they just put it into
Inside.
their mixture, I guess. So they've made a black wing ice cream before.
But beer floats are also a thing, like ice cream and just beer on top. We got black wing is a black lager with the ice cream, and then the black wing is like a whole.
I really hate when something so simple makes so much sense,
Yeah.
but you've never seen it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody
Why
say
ain't
something
I
to
do
it,
that?
blow your mind. You like, why the fuck?
had this
been doing root
opportunity.
beer floats as a
Yeah.
kid. Why didn't I? As soon as I turned 21, I should have been pouring some craft. in
That's
that
what the
shit.
collective does to you. That's what union does to you.
Y'all fucking
Blow your
whole
mind.
days up.
That is truth, man. I'm telling you, man. You can go down there Saturday and just that'll be your whole.
Well,
your
it'll take over your whole
satellite,
dip.
know what
Yeah,
I mean?
you ain't
Like-
even got to find new parking.
Like,
Yo, if I could
And
park
bring it.
once to do my whole day,
the
like
whole, you know what I mean? Like,
There you are.
And parking ain't easy in fucking Baltimore, man. I had to fucking pay
Correct.
$30
They
a
quick to give you a
day
ticket.
at the
Yeah.
They're-
I may or may
They'll
not
give
have had my car towed in the first year I lived there. So
if you have lived in Baltimore and never had a boot on your car, then you ain't. Then you're.
I don't like. I don't.
they
even
went
like-
straight for the toe.
I don't even like how
you
that
either-
sounds.
You never got towed or had a boot on your car, then
I don't like
you're
how
not
that
from
sounds
there.
at all.
It's fucked.
Yeah, I
It's
showed
not
up.
They
cool.
boot you after one ticket, or
They'll boot you after 5 tickets. But the thing is, I think it's like 4 or 5
Takes
tickets.
one
but
to know.
yeah,
They
I've
went
gotten
straight for the
booted on
toe for me.
Yeah,
I don't know how I didn't
it
get
all
a boot,
depends on
but
what's going on.
I've been
But-
I think I'd rather be towed
Yeah, no, I'd rather be towed than booted.
because
The
I could
boot-
deal
That
with that
boot is-
the boot is
initial
hard to get
inconvenience.
off.
The boot
That's
is,
the
yeah.
problem.
They don't
Boot-
cover
they
your
don't-
license plate when they boot you, so niggas know it's my car.
Well, it's the public shame. You know what I mean?
It's my car out there. Like, yo, Ed, what happened, bro? Like, listen, fam, I ran behind on the tickets.
I was in a meeting.
You know why
Yeah.
I got booted? I owe money. All right, that's what happened.
right.
I was in a meeting
how that works.
in the South Side, and it was going all well. You know what I mean? 2 hours. Like, no, all right, we're gonna wrap this up. Like walking down the street or whatever, and then I looked over and there was a boot on my car. And we had like, oh shit! Like, you know what I mean, I should have played it on. Like, all right, well, I'm over here now, and just like kept walking. But like, I just reacted like, oh shit, what the?
Well, it's a boot on your shit. Oh, it's a boot and that window sticker.
Yeah.
Oh, the window
They
sticker.
hit you with the
is
sticker?
And the
Wild
sticker,
disrespectful.
and the sticker
It's like
is like
orange or
mad
something.
aggressive. Like, give us
They're
our
hard to
money
get off,
now.
too.
If you try anymore, it's gonna be more. We
And
know
don't
how
fuck
to,
with this boot.
Truth. Fuck with the boot. It's gonna be more. Like, come get us. We need more money today, and if not, it's gonna be more. Like,
You gotta get that window sticker off with acetone. Like,
Seriously.
why are you putting this shit on my? How you gonna just vandalize my car, fam? Like, it's just fucked up.
That's for like even when my car got towed, I had never had that. Maybe I've been towed a couple times for that.
Well,
But I had all those stickers all over my car. They were a bitch to get off.
public
I think I had a
shame
sticker
is-
one time, but with the tow, when they tow your car there when you got the boot, they make you take the boot off and then they make you bring them the boot.
What?
So they don't even
Wait,
come.
what they got? Like they send you a code?
You have to call, and you either got to call or you got to do it online, and then they send you a code. But the code is hard as fuck to figure out. You
Wait,
got to like
they
do
got
literally like
they
you
got
have to, like,
electro boots in
you gotta
Baltimore.
you You got to do like 3 different things at the same time with your like hands like backwards and shit, like
Yeah,
to be
sorry.
able to even fucking
You
like.
got some
to
old
be
like
able to, like, put the
Naruto
code
type
in.
shit. Like, you know what I mean?
So you out there holding up traffic with you,
Right.
laying on the
And in
pavement.
Baltimore,
trying to take off
they
this
drive crazy
yeah.
too.
Hey,
so.
hey, you see me over here?
Right.
Do it.
Fuck you too.
On-
Is it Good Samaritan people like, yo, I'm gonna help you with this boot, fam?
Yo, my shit was my favorite video. One of my favorite videos online is like, it might have been in Baltimore, but like a motherfucker had a boot on it on their shit, and like it was like, yo, no, just hit it, just keep hitting. All right, turn to the left, just do it again, boom, just came right up off that shit. It was like, all right, and then just fucking and just dropped the fuck off,
But
and
you
they just kept going.
But
You
the
know what I
thing
mean?
about
It was the
boot
community.
is you can't escape the boot. Once they booted you, fam.
No, these
They
motherfuckers. Somebody was in the video coaching this
There
chick.
is a way.
on
I
how
know
to, like,
somebody- I'm
hit
not
the
No,
gonna
you
curb
could get
at
the boot
right
off,
angle.
but you have not escaped the boot.
Oh
Nigga,
no,
like,
no, you
you've been
paying for
booted.
that shit.
Yeah.
You've been
for
booted.
that day.
You can't drive anywhere in city limits when you've been booted, fam.
Yeah.
Like, don't let motherfucker catch you coming out of wind, bro. You get pulled over pulling out the Wendy's drive-through, nigga. Like that's no. That's crazy.
No, you're not safe anywhere.
Yeah, nah. Damn, I ain't know B-More was booting motherfuckers like that. That's
Fine. Listen, man, I went out
All
there
the
and I
time.
checked into the hotel. They was like, yeah, so it was said $30 a day parking. I was like, I pulled up. I was like, hey, yo, brother, you know what I mean? Like, so where do,
hey, yo,
where
brother.
do the
You know he was finna ask for some shit. Hey, yo, brother.
where's the parking for guests? And he was like, yeah, no, it's straight ahead. And I was like, $30? He's like, yeah, but you could have it valeted. I was like, where? He's like, yeah, $40. I was
my
like,
gosh.
Suspect.
I was like, well, where's the
It was like, you must not.
Where were you staying?
He
In
misread.
Harvard?
He
Come on now.
misread that whole
It was like
situation.
downtown, and
Yeah.
like it was like, it was like, so where's the free parking? He's like,
Yeah.
they don't do that, brother.
Yeah, not around there.
Like, what? Yeah, no, they real about that down there. So,
Mm-hmm.
this is an amazingly well hopped beer. Like
Divine.
it's not just
divine.
just a straight hazy or like a West Coast. It's like a kind of a mixture of the two. Like,
Yeah.
it's kind of juicy, but like very hop forward.
Yeah.
Kind of dry.
And that's kind of what I was getting at earlier with like you get that juiciness from it that you would expect from a New England IPA or one that is hazier, and yet you have a clear, clean, and crisp beer in front of you.
It's like a brute. Like
Yo,
that,
it's
man.
got
that-
Dry. There's a champagne yeast in this.
I was gonna say
No.
it's real bubbly
We did
like a
make a brew
champagne. I feel like a good
long time
belch is
ago.
coming. I got a real good belch coming off.
Good.
Yeah,
Like
nice.
it'll clear your whole shit out.
I can't wait to hear it. That'll be great.
Looking forward.
Are
Yeah,
you
you
gonna
know
quality
what?
control
To the
my
release.
belch?
Yeah.
She gonna capture.
she
She gonna
will.
capture the wind.
We gonna have.
I need to do the
Educate you on where
sensory.
that-
Make
She
sure
got
you
a fucking device that you got a
make
belch.
sure you ingested that properly. Let me see.
quality control.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
QC a motherfucking belch, yo. Oh, man.
Ooh,
involves tasting and aroma, so you,
you
never
need
know.
more fiber, my nigga. Like, like, what is going on here? So what is this here now?
All right, so Anthem is our golden ale, another one of our core beers. It's technically a cream ale because we put flaked maize in there. But
Nigga, what are you doing?
What's going on over here?
That's a party.
that was
fuck.
You know what?
I'm
You
gonna
gotta
go
drink
ahead
it off
and
your
take
hand.
that.
Be one
I
with
gotta
the
take
Anthem.
that.
It's fine. Namesake, obviously, McHenry Row, or not McHenry Row, Fort McHenry, is where the national anthem was written. So that's another. We try to keep everything very purposeful
I drink
to
this on
Baltimore.
one knee.
Baltimore.
Yeah.
It's my favorite. Anthem's my favorite.
Gotta
Union
drink the
beer.
Anthem
Yeah.
on one
Yeah,
knee.
so this beer is super light, crisp, and you will get a touch of like crackery graininess coming through and very little hop coming through, but the hop that does come through is kind of like lemony towards floral.
a good
It's very
intro.
subtle.
Like this is
This
like
is a good intro. If you
this.
never
I was
had
gonna say
craft.
this is the This is like it.
Yeah.
The introductory beer when somebody comes in the tap room and they're like, "I've never had craft beer before."
Yeah, it's perfect.
I'm like, "Girl, I got something for you."
Yeah,
It's Anthem,
yeah.
girl. What you talking about?
That's what my dad drinks. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I immediately thought of a barbershop. I don't know why.
This would be a like. See, they
I
should
don't know
have
why.
this.
I don't
on
know
gas.
why.
Based on taste?
Yeah.
I immediately tasted this and I was like, yo, I want to get a number 3.
'Cause it's
we
a
gotta
crispy
we
boy,
order our
you know
haircuts
what I
off of
It is a
we order
crispy
our
boy.
haircuts
It's a-
off of a poster.
Hey, Buzzy. Hey, Buzzy.
Well, I'm like, how do we get a liquor license for Barbershop now? We need to get that in there.
I wonder. So I don't know if they got a hat. All right. So I'm not gonna tell you what barbershop I go to, but they have liquor. You can't buy it. But they
I know that's a
suggest
thing.
donations.
Okay.
And every barber should probably have a little. If you're a
Well,
real good
yeah,
barber,
my
you gotta
barber
have a
got-
little liquor
my
in the
barber
stash.
has a
You gotta have a
yeah.
little liquor in the
yeah.
stash.
Twan, one of our regulars. Shout
No,
out
don't
to
go
Twan.
Twan out. We don't want
Shout out to Twan.
Yeah, well, when I come down, because I
Cases.
got family out in B-More. Well, they out in Randallstown, which is
Okay.
how far are y'all from Hamden? How's that?
It's
from-
all really close.
okay. Good.
Oh, the
I'm
brewery
still,
though.
honestly, I still don't even know a lot of places there. I'm not originally from Baltimore, but
Neither am I. Yeah.
All right.
Where are you from originally?
Virginia Beach, and then I moved to Dallas, Texas. I lived there for 10 years
You've
before
been
I
in
moved to Baltimore.
really cool places.
Yeah.
I would love to be. in
Dallas is
Virginia
where I
Beach.
moved to Baltimore from.
I
Though.
got fam out of it. Well,
Virginia Beach is
extended
lit.
family out.
757.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm beyond lit
7-5.
though. I'm beyond lit. I need good tap rooms. See, I'm not a lit guy. A good tap room is lit for me. If I can go and
agree.
get a good vibe, that's why
You
I
gotta
love
come
Fresh
to
Fest so
Union.
much.
If I can get a variety of vibes, then yeah, I mean, like that's
All
kinda
my
what I'm looking
vibes
at.
involve me chilling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like none of my vibes, like bro, I'm not a.
I don't know, man. Sometimes,
don't need the hype.
sometimes I
Can't do it. I'm not good at it
sometimes I wanna-
anymore.
Sometimes I want to shake my ass. I ain't
I've
gonna lie,
aged
I
out
mean,
of
a little
cool.
rhythm,
Though.
little-
You can
I
shake
mean,
your ass, but you're
you know.
not cool doing it. Just understand.
Yeah,
like,
nah, but I'm not doing it
there's nothing
as that to
swaggy
be
about what you
cool.
doing.
Yeah,
like,
no, not
these
at
young
all.
motherfuckers got on tapered sweatpants and colorful shoes.
I just want to bust the old man. You know what I mean, the two step, and you know it's all
it.
good.
Bro,
you
don't
know,
nobody
like,
even talk about
we'll
the
drink a two step.
That was my when the two step landed
That's
as
the
like
safe
the
move
shit,
right
bro.
there.
When what? Now I was at the bar asking for phone numbers, two stepping at the same time, just in case you say no. I'm still on beat.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like ain't nothing
True
happened.
that. Chilling.
Like I was asking
Always.
directions to the McDonald's
Because
over
I know
here.
my
weren't
mans is
phased.
watching.
You weren't phased.
Because as a man, you know your mans is watching when they see you make a
Yeah.
move.
Right.
They over there color.
Yeah.
They over there with the color commentary. Like, look, he about to go talk to her. Look, look, there you go. Look. I bet you say, look, he gonna be like, hey, babe. Like, look. That's what he said. Look, there he said it. He didn't get to that, bro. You gotta come back, but I don't come back. I just be two stepping right to the middle of the dance floor.
Oh my
So they
God.
don't know what's going on. They have no
The
idea.
two step was the corona of I'm trying to get your phone numbers. Like it was the fake.
That
it was the
rhymed.
42 fake out.
Is that already in a song? Because that rhymed and it should be.
Nah. Oh, did I drop
you
bars?
need-
Bars.
But you do you drop bars?
Summer
I mean, we
Summer
do some more.
2020. You know, we dropped our first mixtape.
I'll be the
There you
first
go.
dude that come out with his first mixtape at 40. Watch. Rapping about all the old time. Fuck Old Town Road. I'm Old Time Road. Man. I'm talking about when Cash Money took over for the 99 and the 2000.
In the 2000
Both years.
ampersand.
Go for it. Shit.
Yeah, what did they say? Taking over for the 99 to 2000.
Wait, you don't know about the 99 and the 2000 takeover?
What?
He dropped
Juvenile?
that. He dropped that off in '96.
I knew about it way later.
Futuristic shit. Numbers y'all ain't even thinking of right now. Because you know we about to roll over. Reset those odometer. So yeah, no, this anthem is dope. I appreciate the flag. Anthem going on clearly. How does that like? So who's your team that's coming up with these names and these this marketing side of things?
Yeah.
Shout out to the peoples.
It's
a collaboration of a small group of minds, I think.
Yeah.
definitely
The way it started.
Some of the owners. or
Yeah,
the
so-
owners. Yeah.
Just a real brief history. We were founded about 7 years ago by John Zarovitz, Adam Benish, and Kevin Blodger.
Yeah, that's my boy.
Kevin's great. They're all great. But basically, Adam and Kevin were really good friends in college. JayZ knew Adam basically since childhood. And Kevin started brewing professionally. And all of them stayed in touch. And Adam and JayZ took a huge liking to craft beer and were very into the beer sharing world. So they kind of at one point came together and said, "Hey, let's do this."
Y'all call him JayZ?
Yes, we do call him
John
JayZ.
That's a
Zarovitz.
hard.
He's the
That's a
man.
hard nickname.
Yeah,
That's a lot to
man.
live
Like,
up
Too
to.
cool. You walk up
But
to
he bubbling. Like I just like listening to the backstory. how it was built from the ground up, and I like the effect y'all having, just everything, the diversity, the creating the whole little strip mall of businesses that are feeding each other. Like I like that. I would hope that eventually all society moves towards this. Like fuck this huge corporation.
Yeah, and that's a great part about it. I mean, as we said, the whole point of Union is beer unites, and our founders. It's rare that people. It's rare that
she's the
people will
as well as the quality control.
No, I don't know if they'd let me do sales. I'm too technical. With
I
all
just
of
said
it.
brand ambassador. You.
Well,
brand ambassador.
I guess I am always that. But yeah, it's rare, I think, when people start off and then when they stay with it for this many years and stay true to their original purpose.
Get money, stay true.
Yeah, and I think that's a special thing about where we are.
But I think it's special because, like, listening to you all, you guys really like the organization, like the company.
Yeah,
you guys
y'all
really
like,
feeling
it feels like a family vibe.
It's
like yo, whatever they doing, I'm with it. Like I'm on board. Like I fucks with it. Like
it's a fairy tale. I think I like to when people in Baltimore. Union is the shit. Like
it is.
We are
the
on top
cool
of our
brewery.
stuff. Yeah, we're cool. Like we're awesome. And when people, I always tell people, Union is as cool inside as it looks. Like most definitely, they're very.
I can use that in so many scenarios.
Right. But it really is, and I really appreciate just them being able to give each and every one of us our own platform to work off of and do whatever we want to do. Like I could, like as long as it makes sense.
Right.
It's got to make money and it's got to make sense.
You ain't just always
like,
doing whatever, but
yeah, they
it makes
definitely
me
are
fuck
open.
with them. Like just sitting here, just watching y'all. I'm like, yo, if these are the employees that they're churning out. Like, there's got to be something special happening.
Well,
like,
and I mean,
it's good to get Day gives me I was down so and so. I was at Union. You need to stop when you down there because I got fam down there. But I'm like. Just talking y'all, it's even more of a stamp than what he said. Like that's my man's, but like because you don't meet people often who love where they work, who like really respect the vision and the trajectory of where they work.
Would you say they have union pride?
Ooh, like
way to throw that one in there. It's a pretty spiffy hat you
we
got
also
on.
have a hat that says Union Pride.
As the antagonist on this podcast, what I'm not going to do is support what the fuck this dude just said. And that's not a knock or the Union Pride or the brand, but nah, you ain't just going to drop a bar name. I'm dropping the bars this episode, bro. We got a whole nother episode with your time to shine.
So, tell it like my thing is I didn't think anybody was gonna go for that. Like I was like, why are y'all back?
That was definitely an uncle joke.
Yeah, it was a straight dad joke.
That's
Uncle
like a new
Beer,
level.
like me and my uncle would sit and fuck some Anthem up, yo.
Uncle John.
Yo,
Union,
me and my
how do
uncle would
Uncle
fuck
and
some
Dad
Anthem
differ?
up.
Like,
Anthem is my jam.
And he'd try to give me a fade on his porch with an Anthem sitting next to the Clippers. Like, no, bro, I need you to be completely sober, nigga. It's a party tonight. You fuck up my hairline, dog. Now I got to wear a Scully. It's summertime. You going to this party with, man.
So tell us what you hate most about beer tending, because as I worked in the service industry, the food service industry for years.
No.
When a motherfucker change their posture to answer the question, that might let out where I got to get some more. I got to get some more line. I get some more line on this cord. I got a lot to say.
Truth, like because I mean, in the industry, I mean, like, and how it differs from, say, like a regular, like, restaurant industry, like, say how like a bar, like a brewery is slightly different than, say, a restaurant or a bar. I mean, because there are different norms and customs, I mean, that are not present. So, and with that comes a lot of rub. So tell us about the rub. Yeah, so beer tending at Union, or beer tending anywhere, I can imagine, is very interesting. But so the things that should bother me, I think don't really bother me. And the things that are little do bother me. The biggest thing that I have a problem with is when I'm at the bar and we're busy. On a busy Saturday, we see 1,000+ people. It's like, like back to back, like just people. Our bar is huge too, so you're just on display the whole time. Like it wraps around. It's a whole space. Yeah, you can't escape. It's just like you're just always on display. And
the waving, I think gets on my nerves. It's anybody slapping on a table and being like, "Hey, I need a beer." The waving,
Okay, so
where do those people get off?
Or my favorite is
I need to come from the consumer perspective.
the dude who puts his hand on the bar and he's like, his elbow is like on the bar and he like kind of leans into me while I'm doing something already. Like, yo, it's me out of like 500 people that are right here. But yeah, little does he know, and the bar's set up where, exactly.
Entitlement.
What would you like?
Entitlement.
I'm letting
it's
you finish,
entitlement is
it's a whole different
annoying
thing.
as fuck. I don't know if you've ever lived on Earth, but
well, if you live in America, you know all about it.
Yeah.
So I would like to, from a server's perspective, I'd like to hear what is the best way to get someone's attention, because I'm the elbow lean with the cash in hand guy, not in an aggressive manner though. I'm thinking in my head,
it is aggressive.
In my head, but in my head,
contact.
I'm thinking I'm signaling that I would like to be served. Like
You're already at a bar, so everyone that's
but everybody who's sitting at the bar isn't waiting for a drink.
No, but
That's what I'm saying. So I'm like, because I'll be standing between two people who are drinking, and I'll just lean the whole I'm leaning the whole time. Like I'm not.
Trust that your bartender knows what they're doing.
I don't know.
And
this
if they
person,
don't,
though.
you'll know quick if they do or they don't. But for me, I know exactly. I've memorized the faces in front of me who are around the corner, who have been waiting here for 5 minutes, who have been waiting first, and I'll jump around. And that's like where it's kind of like, like this is our job. This is our profession. Let us do it.
Yeah.
So what should we do though? Because again, I'm doing it, but I'm not trying to be
eye contact, I
disrespectful.
guess, but don't stare me down because like that's a little intimidating. Sometimes like I can see people just like follow me from one side of the bar to the
your
other,
eye
and I'm
contact
like,
isn't to their eye
like,
contact because
I
it's
can
two different.
see that,
It's like eyes just peering on you that you know about.
If I catch you here, right, but you in the move and shit, I don't know if you.
But I saw you.
acknowledged. I understand. I'm not gonna be like, yo, what the fuck, be like. There's none of that. I'm just gonna stand there.
There
and
is
wait.
some of that. There is some.
I'm
of
gonna
that.
just stand there and wait. Like I don't think dudes should be like, what the fuck, be or yo, because I've had people complain about whatever. But if it's like a busy night, I understand. Like I'm not going to the bar and getting my drink in 2.5 minutes. It's not happening.
It depends on, and I think you have to be aware. I mean, in some sense, like. If there's some kind of eye contact that was made or whatever, and be like, all right, cool, you saw me here. You know what I mean? And because like coming from the service industry, I've been on that side as well. It's like, all right, cool. My thing is like, and that's the thing, like I think most people are used to kind of like, I don't know, in downtimes, like just acknowledge of some sort, like, all right, I saw you there, cool, I will get to you.
Just a head nod or something.
A head nod, a little bit of a body language thing to just be like, all right, yeah, I mean,
ooh,
like,
that would be nice.
Definitely.
Or
like, I'm good for saying
nod.
I'm very like behind the bar. I'm very casual and just like I'm very aware, but I'm just kind of like, yeah, I see you. I'll do like a. I'll head nod, a quick like
if
big
I get
ups,
that,
like I got
I'm
you.
cool
like,
with that. Like if
yeah.
I get that, I'm cool.
I'm not
I
gonna
can go ahead and
ignore
start
you.
conversing with other people. Like I'm good with that. But like, yeah, it's weird because I've actually stood at a bar for a minute with somebody, and I stood for like 10 minutes or whatever, and I'm waiting on Shorty, and I asked her like, "Yo, I'm here." She's like, "I saw you." I'm like, "All right." I mean, but this dude, I know that motherfucker came up after me.
What I do, and that's the thing. So for me, I'll be looking and I'll see. I mean, and I get like, it's not 1,000%, but like, and there are other factors because being black, especially in this area. I've gotten purposely skipped over. They're waiting for me.
Then I don't have to be polite. If that's a factor for you,
there's that.
You've erased all politeness from me. If that's a factor for you,
yeah. But like, yeah, I mean, but then like I said, if I come in and like I'm at the bar and then I see 3 or 4 folks coming after me, and then I start seeing those 3 or 4 folks. Yeah, I mean, on a busy night get served before. Then I'm starting to feel. And I'm like, oh shit. Yeah, I mean, like I've been kind of like, you know what I mean, and like and that's the thing. Like I mean, I'm trying to be polite and typical. I'm the last one that's going to be an asshole because of that situation. But then after a while, I'm like, come on, man. This is like the 4th dude and then walked up and I'm still in. But that's the difference between somebody that's good at their job and bad at their job.
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
know what I'm saying? Like,
I think at Union, it's really cool. So I was the first female black hire there. And it's really cool because when I do see black people that come into the bar, I do the reviews.
Say it with your chest out. Yeah, I mean,
No,
like,
I am.
like,
No, I am.
well, kind of like, no,
You
like,
can't
I'm
say
With
that
my
to a
chest
woman.
out.
you
cannot say that.
Yeah, no, they always switch reference.
That's
Chin up.
I'm gonna
Chin up. Okay.
Shoulders
Hello.
down. Yes, there you go. They trying to get
I
us
am
booked.
Union Craft
Kids,
Brewing
Dust your shoulders
first
off.
black female hired, and it's cool because, like I said, they have given me this platform where I can I do things and it's respected, and they trust that I've got a vision with it, and I do this thing at the bar, which like what you're saying, you're like, you come to the bar and you're like, are people getting skipped over me? I see a black person when they come into the bar and it could be like a million people in front of me, and the first thing that I do is go to them directly. There could be a bunch of people in front of me, and my coworkers are very aware of that too. Like, they know, we've talked about it, and they're like, "Oh, Christine's doing her thing." I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like in the back with like a family of black people, just like giving them tours, trying to give them an experience. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
that's exactly
so
how.
dope. Like,
that's how my experience was. Like, I was just chilling.
You sat
like
at the bar, yeah.
It was it was like at the end of the night or whatever. Like, I had just came from doing a bunch of shit, and like I wanted to get there earlier. Like, I mean, but I was like, fuck. Well, at least let me just go down there, grab a beer, and then grab a 6-pack to go or something. I mean, take a couple pictures, be out. And I was sitting there, and it was actually kind of cool because I walked in, and there were other black folks there, and I sat at the end of the bar or whatever, and like it was an old head black dude sitting there or whatever, like having a conversation. And I mean,
that was probably either Brian or Lafayette.
Yeah,
those are our two
he had like a birthday or something coming up.
We
Like,
love those boys.
and it was dope because like black folks typically, when you the only one in the whole dip, you typically go to where you
black
folks
scan
at.
is a real thing. It's a real thing.
And we chilling there, and then like I saw you came in, and you had the gold fronts, and I was like, all right,
I was off work too. I had just I
it didn't
actually
look
was
like
off work.
like you were just like in the air. Like I didn't know. I was like, all right. And then you came around. It's like, hey,
I recognized you through social media. Yeah, and I was just like,
it was like a conversation, and I didn't feel alone anymore. You know what I mean, in that situation. So like that's huge. And then introducing to
the same thing happened.
Breweries, you know what I mean, it's weird in the craft beer industry. Like when you sit down, you don't know.
Some sentimental music, Buzzy. For that. I didn't feel alone.
Well, it's I think stating the obvious. It's dumb that there has to be that kind of separation or a scan of sorts. But I think
the building what you are, it's a real thing.
Doing what you're doing is like you are making that connection. Maybe it's dumb that it has to be there because everyone should just be on the same page of acceptance. But I think that helps to get those connections right away and then keep them and make those people feel welcome, even if it isn't you. And bring them back.
It's quality control. I mean, you're controlling the quality of their time and their experience.
Yeah,
well, I mean, in our industry, I think it's important to make the experience unique, but still on the same page of everyone. So so like when you approach the African American that comes in the bar, that's a unique experience for them because they've been approached by one of their own to be comforted. But it's all towards driving to having that same experience across the board, with everyone. So we want them to feel like the same way everyone else when they walk in.
They come in and they put I see it all the time. Like it's, and how black people are. Like, it's like you see them and it's like all love most of the time.
Yeah, well,
most of the time.
In an uncomfortable situation.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah. So you can see it. You can see when they're uncomfortable. Like, last week I was behind the bar and there were like these two fly ass old black ladies that walked in.
Don't
they were
old
like,
heads be fly
they were too fly.
Man.
They were so fly. They got like 5 feet in the door, and I was just like, hey, threw out my hands, and I was like, girl, I see you. And it's,
pressed.
they were gravitated. They put their guard down at the they tried their first sour. They just everything that I said to them, they were just so receptive because they were just so willing.
When I see a black woman in any establishment, I'm cool. I was out in Mississippi, and we was going through Torn, and
I don't know if anything could put me at ease in Mississippi.
Yo, we stopped at a gas station in fucking Mississippi, and I was looking at and they had and I was hungry as shit, and they had food. I'm like, I'm not about to get fucking food from a gas station, man. And this old black lady came out and was like, she had no front teeth. She said, what is it that you want, honey? And I was like, whatever the fuck you're cooking. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it just, and
That's
that
a
was.
ticket to paradise right there.
That was one of the
You're
best.
like, I don't know about the.
That was one of the best barbecue.
Gas station, bro.
Bruh, it was like, cause like, and to be honest, there was another shack like next to the gas station that was just a barbecue shack. It
You was
like
just afraid to get out your car twice.
Nah, bro. Like this shit is so fucking like that barbecue in that gas station was way more fire than shit that like I got like enough to feed two for $10.
It's flammable, nigga. Like just at a gas station. Bro, my cuz used to make corned beef sandwiches at the Marathon on Euclid. I was like, yo, you family,
beef
and I'm
sandwiches?
still not eating these corned beef sandwiches.
See,
But
nah,
that shit was
that's-
across the street from
I
mine.
never had a corned beef sandwich before.
What?
I don't really fuck with it
Spend some
either.
time in the McHugh household.
You eat you like corned beef?
yeah.
I don't know. Like I've never trusted
Irish.
like what the fuck is in that shit. Like
Wait,
corned
time
beef?
out.
Well, it's-
Time out.
It's a gas station, though. I'm not trusting that.
no.
Exactly.
Am I
you know
about
what I mean?
Never
Nah. You saying you don't fuck with corned beef?
I don't really like corned beef hash. Like what the fuck is he?
I ain't throw the hash on that. Corned
is-
beef
No,
sandwich, nigga, like with
the-
the
like-
mustard
What is the-
and the pickle, fam.
What is a corned
I don't
beef?
know what the
is
fuck it
corned
is.
beef?
I
Yeah,
don't-
exactly. Like
What the fuck, nigga? It's
doesn't matter.
beef,
I
bro.
don't know the process.
It's
but-
corn. Like
It's-
I don't know. It might be hopped for a minute.
It
I'll
sound
dry
like
hop 2
chitlins,
times over
like-
with the corn, nigga. Like
It's
a
tasty.
big ass sandwich with mustard and cheese and a
Yeah.
pickle, like a
Yeah.
fucking pickle, and the
some
pickle
like
is
full
important.
peppercorn on there.
Oh, bruh.
Yeah.
Nigga,
full pepper.
just on the crust of the bread, though. You
So pepper, but in the full form.
No, I mean I get it. I just the corned beef is where you keep losing me because you keep
I know, it's
acting
like, what is it?
Y'all keep,
What-
I mean,
I
y'all
just
keep like,
need
but
to
you
know.
put more shit on it.
Yo,
And it's like, yeah, but what
I
is
don't
it?
know.
Three things is
What is
bread.
it?
Yeah, that's what's
Four
scary.
things is bread,
What is it?
cheese, mustard, and corned beef.
It's
There you
roast
go.
beef
Roast
that's
beef,
brine.
That's
so where's
how
the
a white
corn
dude
come
explains
from?
it. No
Right.
black dude says brine. You don't
Peppercorn.
brine shit at a gas station, motherfucker.
Oh,
it's corn.
It's peppercorn beef.
It's
No, I have no idea.
It's corned beef, motherfucker.
not even
you
gonna
go
try
down there,
here.
you order the sandwich. They fucking say you want some corn. It's the biggest sandwich you'll ever get. The sandwich is thick as fuck.
What kind of bread is it on?
Any bread.
Have you
for
ever had a
real, but
Reuben
good-
sandwich?
I don't fuck with
I've had
rye,
one.
man. That's not my
Well, to
thing.
get it on
man.
white
Yeah.
bread. Get it on Schwabels, nigga. I don't know. Just
Then it ain't a Reuben. Then it's a Charles, like, or some shit. You know what I mean? Reuben.
Have you ever Reuben stuttered?
Reuben
It's the
stuttered
only
is a,
one I know.
yeah,
sorry.
exactly.
What was that? I'm
And-
sorry for 2004.
That's something. Yo, when you,
Something that makes it all complete. Yeah.
Hey.
We-
that
we'll
motherfucker
do it.
made Sorry 2004. That was my graduation
I
year.
ain't gonna mess up no one.
Is that it?
Is that?
No,
I think
it's the
what is
song. Shit.
This is like this is my singing partner right here.
So something joy it
You're-
brings.
yeah, you're
I'm
flying
flying
without
without wings.
wings.
Oh, that's my. But Sorry 2004 was the cut.
Yeah, no, that was the jam of 2004.
It's like I
Yeah.
missed a shot.
Did you
It's
be-
like I dropped the ball.
Damn, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was in high school apologizing
that-
to girls like,
Is
"You're
that how
like
y'all
I
sing to the
missed a
sandwich and
It's
shit?
like-
Like how y'all
Yeah,
sing to
yeah.
the Reuben? Like,
and the beer and the
Fuck,
beer.
it's not
Yeah.
a Reuben, bro. It's a
Have you
corned beef
serenaded?
sandwich, bro.
have you serenading
A
your
Reuben's
corned beef?
different.
Yeah.
A Reuben is hot. Reuben is corned beef, man. Never had a corned beef sandwich?
Oh, listen, man.
I
I'm
don't
glad-
understand this.
I'm glad
man.
y'all have had that moment with that corned beef. It made me kind of. I mean, that
And
was a
Reuben
commercial.
stuttered, you know.
I feel
I
like
wanna listen to
I
that
feel
again
like
now.
Right.
if you out there selling corned beef, holla at us. We can sell you that segment right there.
Yes.
Because if
Looking
now
for-
it got me wanting to like
We
shit.
are looking for the corned
It
beef.
broke out in
plug.
harmony, like.
And then if you can safely ship it to Baltimore,
Bro, you
please do.
haven't had that experience yet? Man, you eat corned beef at 3:30 on a Saturday? Oh, man.
Shit.
Your day is set.
I'm like, that's the first thing I need to do when I leave here. Is
Get
where
some
do I get corned
beef.
beef from?
I don't know.
Is it a
man.
thing that you eat
And
during
it's
the
always
day?
the,
Like, is
and
this
it's
the
always
morning
the
thing?
corned
Like,
beef
No,
spot.
it's-
There's
it's-
no corned beef restaurant. There's
Go
no,
to a deli.
It's always a
It don't-
spot.
Go to a
Corned
deli and
beef
order a
doesn't-
Reuben stuttered. And
Wait, what?
order a Reuben stuttered. And then you'll
Corned
get
beef
corned
with
beef
the
on
Anthem?
that.
A corned beef with an anthem.
Oh, shit.
Fire.
Corned beef.
That.
Yo,
Fire.
I'm gonna ship you some Anthem. We're gonna get you.
Fire.
I'm going to have
Trust
to
me.
try that.
I don't recommend a lot of food. Beer pairings, whatever. I always like to be recommended too. But a corned beef with an anthem would be fire.
A creamy Reuben.
So, man, if you don't get the fuck out
That's
of here,
a cream
I'm not
ale,
eating no
man.
creamy
Yeah,
Reuben,
man.
dog.
It's a Reuben.
You think I'm putting a creamy Reuben in my mouth? Like, you think I'm gonna be all right with that? You've been recording me for how long? You think
So
I'm
you'll put a Reuben studded in your mouth, but you won't put
A creamy
but you
Reuben
won't put a
studded.
creamy Reuben studded in your mouth. All right, well, you see, you quit too early. You know what I mean? You ain't about
I never
that
said
in
I
my
would
life.
eat or put a Reuben
Keep,
studded in my
keep the
mouth.
cream as the anthem.
You just trying to throw shit out there. I never said that, bro. You got to make a corned beef reference. Like, you put some beef in your mouth. Like, you gotta say that. I never said I put a Reuben stuttered
It's
in
a
my
cream
mouth.
ale, man.
Well, nigga, you talking about details, semantics. I'm just saying it pairs well with
So now you're
corn.
turning it.
This motherfucker-
Yeah,
I'm
you
not putting
got to look at it that way. Any cream ale.
Oh, you're turning it.
Quality
No, you
control
turned
this
it.
motherfucker.
You turned it talking
We
about
need
a
a
creamy
quality
ale.
control
Yes,
on
he
his
did.
words.
A creamy Reuben stuttered. I think
just
you're the one
wild,
that turned
bro.
it on.
Now you got to tell me. It's like I missed a shot.
Yeah,
It's like I dropped. Damn, I'm sorry. Yeah,
It's too good.
I was so proud of that song because I graduated high school in 2004. Like, that was our song.
Where is he?
I think he's gospel now. I think
Yeah.
he is gospel. Yeah.
That's typically how they retire. They just like, yeah.
Mace did that too, right?
That's how they come out the
Mace
closet
did.
a lot of times.
No,
too.
Mace
They go
didn't
go-
just
they go
like
gospel.
retire and just be like, all right, let me make songs for the like church. That motherfucker got on some straight God,
He was like
some
a
like
preacher, right?
prosperity. Yeah, he got on that prosperity gospel. It was crazy. Like a couple years after
Mace?
Mace. I heard a sermon. He was like,
Mace made a freestyle called "Text on Me Tonight"
he was like, I heard a sermon. He was like, listen,
to
man.
a Beyonce beat.
Oh,
Remember
what
"Check
beat?
on Me"? She did the Pink Panther song.
I'm thinking check on it.
Check on
I was gonna.
me, check on it, or whatever.
Beyonce
He made a
Yeah,
he freestyled to that, but it was called "Text on Me Tonight," and he was talking about shooting
text
people.
on me tonight.
Well, it was Mace. It was "Text on Me Tonight." No, it was Mace. I got the hand speed of Tekken 2, and
We know what we're listening to on the drive back.
Yeah.
already.
Oh man,
yeah.
I'm shit.
But it was wild hearing him preach because like it was the same like rap, but it was just like gospel. He was like, you know what, somebody like me, it don't matter if I rap or if I'm like preaching because I'm about God, and sometimes money follow people, so it's gonna follow me. You know what I mean, whether I'm
That's
over
kinda
here in
real.
the studio
That's actually kinda
or
real.
if
It's
I'm
not
over
religious,
here,
but it's real.
I'm over here in the pulpit, So like if you want to get with it, you know what I mean, like you want to be like me, you got to get with and it was like
You listen to a Mace sermon?
Yeah, it was like a
Why the
Mace
fuck
sermon.
would you listen to a Mace sermon?
Because I didn't know what it was the first few bars that I had heard from him since like like
You
in the
was that
beginning.
thirsty to hear Mace?
sitting on
Yeah,
top of
me,
the world.
like
You
since he
was
was
that,
like, you know what I mean?
You ain't like Welcome Back?
Welcome
Yeah,
back.
no, so that's what's crazy. This was right before Welcome Back because he was talking all that like prosperity gospel shit, and then apparently that didn't work. So then he went to Welcome Back. Like
That was a dope song.
It was.
That
I
came
did
out,
like
we were
Welcome
like,
Back,
whoa,
but Breathe, Stretch,
where-
Shake was the one
Welcome
that got
back
the-
Mace.
yeah,
Like, yeah.
I was hoping he was gonna stay back, and then
Breathe, stretch, shake, let it go. That was my shit. Like,
What was it?
The breathe,
is
stretch,
he still
shake.
preaching?
I don't know what
Breathe-
Mace is doing. He getting money.
What was it?
Breathe, stretch, shake, let it go. Oh, that got the party going. Shake, let it go. Man, that's when the Harlem Shake was out. Man.
I
You know
feel
what I mean?
like I don't know.
Men was
what
real
it?
jiggly during the Harlem Shake. Motherfuckers was real loose with their
You know,
joints. I couldn't.
Every time I think about the Harlem Shake, I think about that Lil Bow Wow video where Little Bow Wow, you just don't know. The whole time they
All right,
were
so
like,
let me
she
see
was,
if I
like,
really
doing
fucks
the
with y'all.
Harlem Shake
okay.
the whole time.
How y'all feel about Bow Wizzle?
Sorry, what?
Bow Wizzle. I feel like I
Bow-
could call him Bow Wizzle because I'm a fan. Not that I like his
I-
music. I just respect that he
I
somehow
like Bow Wow.
stays relevant.
I like that.
I've
Bow
always
Wow.
thought he's really
I-
attractive.
so
but
they-
that's
I
People,
never thought
I
that
think
way,
people
but-
try to make him out to be a clout chaser, but he's not. He's not. I think he's just like, he's been around for a long time. I think that he should be respected. I like him. He never
if you stick
hurt
around
nobody.
long enough to graduate from Lil
to
just
drop in the
basic,
low, then
just the basic,
then
the
you-
Gotta
main.
respect Bow Wizzle,
Yeah.
man. First of all, yeah,
I
Sierra
like how you're
first.
calling him Bow.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about the whistle part, but
he made some songs that motherfuckers fuck with. Like he made
Yeah.
Where
Out
do
of
we
My
start?
System. That's the hood nigga breakup song. The Out of My System.
You
Him
know
and T-Pain.
what you do to me.
Yeah, that's the hood. Yo, every
You
dude's been sitting in the
understand.
rain in his car outside of his girl
also had
house
that-
listening to Out of My System, just looking like, I hope she turned the light on.
he,
When I'm with somebody, all I think about
What
is
was it?
you.
Then
Then he had the song with Sierra, the Like You.
My Like You.
You.
I could keep singing.
Then he had Fresh as
No, we
don't
should-
get
I'm
me
trying-
involved.
let's not-
I'm
let's
trying to
not
turn
get
Fresh
into
as
the
Our
singing
Is
realm.
into like the official Fresh Fest anthem song. Like, you ain't lying, you ain't lying, you ain't bumping. Had a little dance with the shit. And I'm like,
Bow Wow, man.
Not
like
Like,
so
like,
fresh
listen, man,
and so
that
clean.
motherfucker
Or that movie
came
that he
out.
came out with. What was that? Like Mike.
Which one? Oh, that was the first.
That was his first.
Yeah.
Like
he's
Mike,
been in
where he's
another
like,
movie?
I was about to try to.
Bow Wow. It just don't know.
You make it move so fast. I was just said that.
See, I didn't like him on that
That
one.
shit,
Oh,
yo, that
listen,
shit.
I didn't like him like that.
That
I
was my.
just wanna-
That was
I
my
didn't
low
like
key,
him on that one.
I only listened to that with the windows up and nobody else in the car. Like, yeah, I mean, like within that
doing the
straight
Harlem
pulling up,
Shake.
I had to like switch it up with the windows down, like throw some Snoop on or some shit. But
You're
like, that
looking
was my
straight
little, like-
ahead. No eye contact.
Nigga made a song with
And niggas in
Destiny's
there-
Child.
What song?
The Jumpin' remix.
Oh my
Oh
god.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
Trying to
like-
tell you, me and Kelly got some serious
Don't get us
business. He
started
was like,
over here with
he was
the-
like
with the
11 years
songs.
old, talking about he going in the club with these grown ass
Because he
women.
was.
Yeah.
Because he was.
Yeah, no.
Because he
But
was.
so, that's why-
I read a
He
bunch
was
of
the-
shit on Bow Wow and like how like yeah.
That's why he's so weird right now because he was getting taken advantage of.
Yes,
Those
dude.
old chicks, like I mean, with the money and all that, like he probably was getting like, I mean,
yeah.
like, and
I went to. I
now
remember.
y'all weird.
Bow Wow.
I don't
What?
think he weird. I think it's a clout chase.
Okay, you're the
I think
only
it's a
person on the
clout-chasing
planet that doesn't
society.
think Bow Wow is weird. He is not a normal.
I think it's a clout chasing
He
Bow
can't.
Wow.
I don't think that he can be normal because he's like.
Exactly.
Right. Imagine
He's been
It's
in
not.
the
It's
spotlight
like
since
it's like
he was
Lindsay
11.
Lohan, all those other people that have like been around forever since they're kids. Like they
He's just,
they don't have a
like, laid back.
a reality like
Yeah.
a real.
I think it's you get to a point where you're famous but you're not popping, and it's a weird dichotomy because everyone
But you'll
knows
always
you,
be relevant,
but they don't
like, if-
know
if
you
something
for
happens to
anything
you.
you're
Yeah,
doing.
only
Which
the
is
bad shit is
fucked up,
relevant. That's
yeah.
what's crazy is that
Yeah.
you get to a point where you've been like all this good. Now it turns on you to where only they care about you if it's bad. Like that must.
Yeah,
be
because it
Bow
makes you
Wizzle,
relevant
come to
again.
the cast, man.
Makes you
Come to the
relevant
cast,
again.
Bow Wow.
Yeah.
Ain't
Bow
nobody
Wow,
else
where you
inviting you on there. Come to the cast. Come to Fresh
Actually-
Fest, man.
We've been shouting Bow Wow out since like
Yo,
the
where
first
We had Bow and Ray
episode.
J.
Yeah, Ray J.
Oh
yeah.
my God, Ray J.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, whoop.
but like Ray J. I mean,
I
got
forgot
a little-
about Ray J.
Ray J. I got a
did
little
not.
more
One
respect.
Wish is still
Out
one of my favorite
I
songs.
don't think Ray J got more
Wait.
respect than Bow Wizzle.
No. So I think Ray J is way more normal than say a Bow
I don't
Wizzy.
think
I
Bow
mean,
Wow's abnormal. I think he's just a motherfucker
It's
who's
not that
famous
he's
but not
abnormal.
relevant.
He just
It's a
doesn't has a
different-
grasp on
Okay.
like.
He's
But
functioning.
Wait,
If I was
he's
gonna
like,
say-
wait,
He's
there.
actually doing
He's alive.
things like he was on NCIS.
He
The
was
nigga
just
was
on-
like a host on TV, but we act like he just don't
Look,
do nothing.
okay. For instance,
It's
I'm gonna
just
give you
'cause he
I'm
hasn't
gonna give
gone
you a
off.
situation. So one of my best friends, Jasmine, she does this thing. It's called exotic learning, where she's got a ton of snakes and shit, and she's got this plug with these strip clubs in Dallas. She lives in Dallas, and she's at this strip club, and Bow Wow's there, and she had her snakes with her, and this video goes viral of him with my best friend's snakes.
I think you told me about this
yeah, I
before.
did. But then everybody was like, "Oh, like he out here trying to like in the comments, he's out here trying to claim this is his snake, all this." He wasn't. It was just my best friend's snake. And it was like just like people call him a clout chaser and shit. He can't
But
even be a real person.
he also
does
did
clout
put
chase, though.
photoshaped like abs on his shit. It's like, come on, why?
He did that?
You know, like why you got no
What?
day ones?
Well,
I didn't
well,
know he did
that
that. I
and,
thought he photoshopped
like,
the airport.
do it
scene.
well.
No, he like photoshopped some abs on his shit and like with his shirt open was like, yeah, I'm rocking like what's the new hip like female line of Fashion Nova or whatever.
Ooh, Cardi.
Men's got
Yeah,
fashion.
like, it was like- it was like
Shout
a-
out to
Fashion
Cardi
Nova
B.
now?
I'm
So it was
sorry.
a Fashion Nova
They
like
got men's Fashion Nova?
Yes.
yeah, and he was like, "Yo, always, you know what I mean,
Oh,
Fashion Nova, or whatever the fuck," and like he had a shirt or whatever, and like it's just a post, but he had abs. But then they showed him like the next day on
like-
stage, and he had the
You
he had
wonder-
the dad gut, and it was like, why would you like? Because
You
he
wonder
just
why
ate.
you can't get a better Photoshop or like Illustrator.
you got enough money, and that's what I'm
Exactly.
saying.
It's
Like it's like the shit. Like, all right, if you go on clout chase,
How does that happen?
You going clout chase, you know, motherfuckers. Like, why clout chase with bad Photoshop? Like, or even why even
Right.
put your
You're
shirt
right.
open? Just keep it buttoned up to
Everyone makes
here.
mistakes. you
Because
know?
you want to be a sex
Don't go.
symbol.
Yeah, don't be.
I had a 6-pack when I was up to about 29. I had a mean 6-pack, and then nah,
Good for you.
fuck all
I
that.
mean,
What
if
need
that's
a-
what you want.
I don't need a 6-pack now.
You
Ain't
don't
nobody
need it.
punch me in my stomach in decades. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I ain't doing nothing with no 6-pack.
Yeah.
I'm not fighting nobody hand to hand. I got a license to carry. I just shoot the fuck out of you.
There you go.
I mean, if you got enough, then I mean, it's just as
Bro, I'm not going to the gym doing no crunches.
safe. You know what I
I
mean?
ain't got time.
Same.
Fuck that.
I could keep my core.
Keep my core. I mean, you wasn't even working out the first 7 years of the podcast.
But even with a 6-pack, I'm still not out here like, I mean, shirt off, like, wow, on it, like, I mean, and then if it is, I'm not gonna Photoshop it. Like, come on,
Look, man,
You're
I'll
not
always
trying to
do
make
it.
money off your
if
body.
I do get Photoshop, it's gonna be like some straight. Like I'm gonna hit up Buzzy, like, yo, who you know that got the best? Like, I mean,
That's
like,
a weird question
Kim
to ask
Kardashian,
another man.
me, yeah, I mean, like, you gotta like give me that.
Do
Like,
not
trash
ask
bag
me
photo.
as a friend
We were just
to
talking
find
about
the
this
best male abs.
photoshopping
Don't
earlier.
ask me.
Oh, yeah, we were
what
talking about
man
Photoshop.
you think got the best abs.
No,
Don't
I'm gonna ask
me
him.
that.
I'm gonna ask him who knows how to Photoshop the right.
Just
shit.
do the
Yeah,
ab
give me
picture
the-
after
I mean,
sex, like any real person.
But that
You
shit-
do it
he had,
after
like-
sex. Get your abs. Your abs is glistening after sex.
He had the,
Everything's
he had
like
the windows.
contracted.
Every-
to-
Yeah,
yeah.
He had like the
all abs
Windows 8,
pictures
like
come after sex.
the Windows paint, like abs.
You're almost like
you know what I mean?
cramping.
Exactly.
I didn't say that. What?
Then I'll put a Union craft beer right on the kitchen,
On
the bathroom sink with the ab photo.
Dude,
Is it an
mean,
Anthem?
I think it has to be at this point.
I mean, Anthem
We can
is
send
like
you other
your
options.
but if
You know what? An ab shot calendar with Union beers on your bathroom sink.
Money move.
Ooh, the
Money
damn-
moves.
we're talking
The-
money
We
moves.
just
And
did
look,
it.
the bathroom, the
It's gotta be
blotch
on
on the
Father's
mirror
Day
got to
for
be
the
in a
dad
different spot
bodies.
for every
The what
picture.
on the mirror?
The dirt spot on the mirror. Because always the dirt spot.
toothpaste.
Yeah, like little
it's gotta be
toothpaste
a
splatter. I
different,
hope
toothpaste
it's
splatter.
toothpaste.
different toothpaste splatter and everything.
I hope it's just toothpaste. What?
I hope so.
Fine. If you could come in with all the splats circled, you'll get a free
Yeah.
Anthem.
You gotta have
Whoever
two.
comes in
you
with
have
the
to have 2
dirtiest
months.
bathroom mirror
You
can
gotta
come in, can get a free Anthem.
You gotta do it 2
clean
months in
it.
a row.
Here's the
row.
process.
dirty
and
Anthem
clean it down in 2 months. How many stains do you have? And what are they? And you got it. You are getting a
You
6-pack.
come
Hello.
in August and show us.
You're
You know what? Unfortunately, I think you'd get responses.
Yes.
fortunately
Hell yeah.
we'll get response.
I mean, well, yeah. I mean,
Anytime you come on this podcast, you getting some free work out here. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
we do that.
I mean,
I mean,
that's
I don't have nothing to say. It sounded like I was about to lead into something. I wasn't.
So tell us, before we get up out of here, what is it that you have planned for the future? Both, here with Union Brothers, but Union Craft.
that's, I mean,
Clearly 18.
We're a
18
family.
years in. But also like individually as like, yourselves, because, everybody is like, I mean, at this point, very few people work with one even like company or industry or career, like, I mean, like throughout a lifetime. Like, I mean, shit, I'm 37 and I've probably had like 18 careers. So like, I'm probably gonna have another 18 before the year's out. So like,
Yeah.
what are you looking forward to in the future? And like some of the skills that you're developing now in order to move on to that.
Well, I guess for me, very fortunately, I walked into brewing about 5 years ago, and I was very young doing so, and I fell in love. I mean, I found a passion and a calling and realized, I mean, I guess we sort of gave a little hint at, I'm a musician, I'm a classically trained vocalist, and now I'm makeshift scientist.
Little known
don't
fact
remember
about
us alluding to that at all.
Yeah, no one has alluded to other than
We
them
missed
notes.
you with
So-
that Flying Without Wings or the Sorry
Yeah.
2004.
Again,
what was that?
let's not.
This is a
Please
full
let's
ass.
not.
We can,
We'll
we can
start
have
singing,
an after
please
session
Well, I was.
out
I'm
here.
not going
I
to start
mean,
singing. No.
We've recorded a few.
I was
things
wondering
in
if
the
you guys have
studio,
actually,
so-
if you do any music.
We could do a
anyway.
Bow Wow duet where I'm Bow and
Oh,
you
shit.
Sierra.
Well, Christine's got to be in it too. But yeah, at that point, it was kind of I'm so passionate about music, but I don't know where I'm going to take this or how. Like, I hated school, so I walked into Bellway Brewing Company in Northern Virginia, and within a matter of weeks, I took to the lab and like seriously fell in love and found this is my career path. And since then, I've kind of found that I have a sense of I'm going to do big things in this on the production side, and that will lead to other fronts. I'd really like to take kind of an educational route. And I've been asked to do that before. But yeah, just kind of sharing within the industry and educating people and training them. I've been told I'm decent at teaching this stuff.
Pretty damn good at it. Michelle's awesome.
Thank you. But yeah, I mean, who knows what the future holds? In my line of work, I think it'd be cool to have opportunities in the future to really get to know every piece of equipment on the physical side, but full picture, I want to be a role model and a motivator and educator in the industry as a whole, but definitely in production, and just sharing that passion, whether it be through other brewers, the production side, or even with consumers. The few times, well, no, I talk to them all the time. I sit at the bar. Let's not lie about that.
After work.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean,
She said I was in the booth.
No, I
up
do.
top.
After
That was
work,
said earlier.
shift beers. Shift beers. Come on now.
Which
Come on now.
I just want to say, shift beers are the fucking most amazing
It's
thing
the
on the
most
planet,
best thing
man.
created.
In the restaurant industry, we would be lucky to get a shift meal, and even when we got a shift meal, typically it was like maybe like half off type shit. But like most breweries have like a shift fucking beer where like at the end of it, you'd be like, all right, cause we good.
Well, you have to be
that's
able to
kind of a dope thing.
enjoy the fruits of your labor.
Yeah.
I mean, brewing, being on the production floor, cellar work, all of it, it is not easy. It is so physically tasking. So that's a huge part of it. And that's we all do what we do, that hard work, because we love it so much.
And again, like when you say like, on the client side as well, or customer side, like, I mean, I think that most people that are in the industry are also customers of the industry as well. I mean, like, so
100%.
like you're right now,
You have to be.
Right now you're educating customers because I don't brew any of this shit.
Yeah.
don't
Like, don't get me started about technical beer
I don't
talk.
even make soup. I make nothing liquid. I produce all solids. I don't give a fuck.
True.
Oh my God.
Like I convert liquid into more liquid, like I mean a
Okay.
different type of liquid, but I don't have any kind of, I mean, so
Yeah.
it's just so like you're always
What?
well you have to you drink beer and then you piss it out.
Yeah.
Like I mean
That's what I
just,
figured you were talking about.
So
Okay.
like I said, you're always educating
Thank
like
you
folks.
guys.
It doesn't matter whether or not.
Because
Yeah.
I'll be sitting there, it's 217 episodes. Sometimes I'll be faking like I know what this dude talking about. I have no
Yeah.
idea what he meant, but I'm like, what
But
is he
anyway.
making?
I mean, yeah, just to be a big, I guess, known name in my specific field and industry as a whole,
Yes.
to educate. And then Christine, I think Christine here has a very bright future in the industry.
Yeah, I'm so excited to like be doing what I'm doing right now.
I mean, you
think
just saw
that-
her face, that like glistening of like,
No, yeah,
you
it's
found
weird. It's
a
because
zen
it's
you
like,
can really work with.
yeah, that's basically what it is. Like you were saying, school, you didn't really like school. I had like great grades in high school. Tried to do like 2 years of community college and couldn't fucking pay attention and couldn't like get it.
Same.
Always have been really artistic and like, have all these like dope ass qualities, but just could never like figure out what I really wanted to do. And then union came around, or beer came around, and I was never a fan of beer really either. And yeah, I like right now at the same time being doing what I'm doing and then being a Black female, I think it's just now kicking in that it's really necessary for me to be doing what I'm doing. And now I'm really excited about it. And I just want to, be a role model, and I want to brew. I just brewed my first beer, but what I want to do is brew. I want to be my goal is to be on the production floor with Michelle and be doing stuff. And
I want that too.
Yeah, just like trying to learn more. That's all I want to do. I'm just trying to learn more. I'm in an unexpected place right now, and I just want to take advantage of what's going on right now while I got it. And it's dope.
That's an amazing feeling to have, to just be in a space that you didn't expect with opportunity ahead. You know what I mean? Like, because like nobody gets here, alone, but also you have to put the work in. You know what I mean? Like, and when you find yourself surrounded by good people, it kind of is just
makes all the world a difference.
Yeah, it makes you feel like you're on the right path. You know what I mean? Like I'm doing something right because I'm surrounded by good people. You know what I mean? Like
certainly,
you know, and to recognize that, and like I mean, just like I said, I mean, we've in our careers, like still like every year it seems like it's like, all right, this is what we're doing, and then the next year it's completely fucking different. But like there's tying themes, and like meeting those people, and like just kind of being, all right, I don't exactly know what I'm doing, but I know
it's going
that,
good.
Yeah, it's going good.
And
It's
not
all
even
right
just it's
right now.
going well, but like I'm with an organization, I'm with a company, I'm with people who are like, yo, I'm gonna encourage you to move in this direction.
Boosting you.
Keep it
Boosting
moving. Keep it
you.
moving. I'm gonna
Yeah.
do what I can to make it happen. And I don't know what the outcome is. Maybe that's with me, maybe it's not, but you need to get to where you need to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the key is just like not being discouraged at all. I've been like there, and it's hard to navigate, especially, my question yesterday on the panel was, what do I face being a white male being in a white male dominated industry? And it's like a lot of stuff, and it's, basic shit that a lot of people deal with, but
Everyone that's not a
Sticking with
white
Everyone's
male.
not a white
yeah,
dude.
like it's everybody deals with that. So it's like just sticking with it, and finally it worked out for me. Finally, it was just like it's dope, and I'm so excited about it. I want to brew. I want to teach other people, and then like the melanin market. I'm so excited for the next melanin. Y'all got to come to the
When is it?
It's gonna be in February, so
Yeah.
I need to get a date. Well, we got a lot.
Wifey down there because she do the whole shit too.
Dude,
so Coco
yeah,
Preneur,
I'm so
like,
excited for like Fresh Fest so that I can start getting connects for like Melanin Market, and I'm stoked. It's so excited,
We're
and
stoked.
I didn't have that much time last time, but this
Very,
time
very, very
this
excited.
shit is gonna be crazy, and I'm so excited about it. And this is like like we did a first Melanin Market, we're gonna do a second one. So even like later on, if I'm not with Union, if I am, like there will always be a Melanin Market. And like that's why it's really important for, like representation and people to just be, like doing more. There's a problem. We need an answer. Let's just try like basic shit. Let's try to do more. Let's try to reach out a little bit. It might be inconvenient, but okay, like
That's what you have to go through. I mean,
that's what I've had to go
Unfortunately,
through, and
yeah.
it's like now that I've figured out a way to navigate through it, I just want to make it easier for other people to not have to go through that like hard navigating part. It's like if you had a direct, just having a direct contact thing is just so much easier for everything.
Yeah, I mean that's I think like that's what pushes culture, are the people that go through the shit and all right, let me share these keys. You know what I mean? Like and that's the thing that I think the beer industry does a great job of, is getting that knowledge and just sharing it with everybody. Like these home brew clubs, they know how to brew all this wild shit, and they're like, hey, let's hang out and I'll give you all of these keys. You know what I mean?
and
like,
even the professional societies. I mean, that's how it is.
yeah,
But
on the top end, like the breweries, if I need some grain, like they'll be like, all right, let me call my neighbor and
Yeah,
borrow a
you
cup
can
of
reach out.
we'll
Couple
figure
of
something
know a
out.
guy
Yeah, I
that
mean,
knows
it's
the
like, but
guy.
that's
You know what I
where
mean?
that's the
It's very
camaraderie
important.
of what we do, because I feel like in craft brewing, at least, you do have to love it to be in it. It becomes your life and your passion. And I'm just happy with what you're saying. Just there's so much importance in someone like Christine being in the position she is, with a good environment where she can grow and can be welcoming to members of a different color, and share that there is a safe space. There is opportunity for inclusion in this industry. So I think that's super important as well, to be able to share the positive.
So where can people come if they need to be shared with? You know what I mean? Where can they find you guys?
Well,
You if you want to put out your social media
Yeah,
handles
yeah.
personally,
So,
but then the brewery as
my
well.
new, I'm
You
so
just
proud of my
changed
new
it.
Instagram name.
I am
so
too.
I'm really
Brilliant.
bad. So I've been bad with Instagram. My friends
Same.
have been trying to get me on Instagram and doing like Instagram better for a really long time. I finally
You've been
changed my
kinda killing
Instagram.
it. Yeah,
Well, more recently, yeah. But I changed my Instagram name. It is at Hop Lock and Drop It. Hop block.
It's so good.
In, not and, but in. Drop it.
It's so good.
Yeah, and yeah, reach out to me and talk to me, and I'm so excited to, be doing what I'm doing. It's so cool.
Be a part of this wonderful
I'm
world.
like, know so many connections, and putting it together is so cool. Just like now, I'm 20, I'll be 28 this year, and just now trying to figure out like what I want to do, building off of this, connections and the necessity for it and how important it is. It's just like, I want people to come up to me and be like,
well, and how valuable those connections
how can
are
I do this?
in your
They're
future.
so valuable. It's so crazy. It's just like,
Exciting. Your network is your net worth.
Yeah.
And I'm very fortunate to have
Hell
people.
Yeah.
You
Have
know,
you coined that yet? Like trademark?
You can go ahead and trademark
Should
it now.
I? But it's like so important to have people like Michelle.
Thank you.
Instagram name? You want to insert your
I
Instagram
am
name here?
at Michelle with 2 L's, K McBrew, McBrew. You'll see the goings on of the quality control program and just, I guess I'll say it politely, fuckery on the production floor. We have a lot of fun, and always feel free to reach out. I'm like Christine, trying to actually be active on there because we have a lot of cool things to share. And the production side is like, I think I love.
I mean, I
sharing.
think you also like. I mean, when you're talking about the business, I think that's an aspect that like you bring to, this industry. This is an industry where people like are supporting people. They want to like. I mean, so when we go to a brewery or whatever, like when we're drinking a beer, we're not just drinking a beer solely off of just the taste of that beer and whatever. It's also like the people that are brewing it. I mean, that whole local thing. Like we want to know the brewers. We want to know the people, like the organization. Like there's so much support in the community. It's a community type thing. So like whenever you're hiring somebody like that, I mean, like your personality is because the beer industry. Most of the people that like we met at the beginning of this like aren't working for the same like breweries or companies or whatever, but they're still here and they're still good people. You know what I mean? And we're supporting them and they're supporting us no matter where they go. So I think it's like very important. And we've always stated on this podcast, as an artist, as an individual, you need to treat yourself like a small business. You know what I mean? Like, so you utilize those networks, that Instagram or whatever, to not only build the company that you're with, but also to build yourself. So when you move forward, people will be like, yo, I'm going to follow you wherever you're at and whatever you're supporting.
And to find a place that actually supports us individually promoting ourselves.
Yes.
Union is always just like, tag us, we'll repost. Like, and it's like,
for the better of the company and for ourselves.
Yeah, for ourselves individually, It's
so
like,
where are they tagged? Where is Union, brother? Where can we find Union Craft?
On like a tag? Union Craft. So at our Instagram is Union Craft Brewing, but
Or at Union Brewing. No,
I'm
losing it. I don't know.
You are losing it. It's at Union Craft.
That happens here
slowly but surely
on the podcast.
It's at Union Craft Brewing, and then our hashtags are Beer Unites. That's like our big thing.
Oh, Beer
That's
Unites.
our slogan.
Yeah. I think it has a lot to do with Baltimore and just being from a place where it's like so much fucked up shit, and just, all you can do is just
how can we bring
everyone
together and you know what, let's do it here at this brewery
over this beer.
All right, Dave, let the people know where they can find us.
Hey, man, if you're looking for us, you can find us on epiccastnetwork.com/partnerspod. You can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Libsyn, Google Play, and Spotify under Drinking Partners. You can find us on IG, Twitter, and Facebook at PartnersPod. You can find us July 27th at Contra Theater, ContraTheater.ticketleap.com. That's sponsored by Union Brothers, not Union Craft, Union Brothers up here in Beaver. A little whiter, I mean.
Be a movie out there.
Still dope ass beer. I mean, shout out to the boys.
We're brothers.
We're happy and we're singing and we're colored.
They're not colored.
Oh yeah.
But you can still give them a high five.
You got to hit them with the Law and Order after that.
Don't.
And then you.
All right, let him finish. Come on.
You can find both Union Craft and Union Brothers August 10th, 2019. FreshFestBeerFest.com. Nova Place. Year 2, man.
That'll be good.
Listen, we'd like to thank our guests for coming out. We had a good time. I think we went overtime. Buzzy's pissed. He's going out to have a little puff.
Sorry, Buzzy.
He's frustrated. Yo,
Worth
Buzzy,
it?
I
I
don't
think
think
it
there'll
was
be a
like
lot of
Drake.
editing in this episode, but I don't know because I don't edit. But we want to thank you guys for coming out. We're looking forward to have you down at Fresh Fest again. Thank you for last night.
Thank
As
you
always,
so
Drinking
much for having
Partners
us.
is the
Thank
crew.
you, guys.
Epicast is the family. And we out.
That was the most, like, that was the most melodic, like, that was the second. The last one that was singing.
Yeah, but you got a funk, like, we're not colored. Funk, Law and Order. They should put out a promo video. They got paid me. So we do like a one picture once Buzzy comes back. Buzzy, he does like, he's got a super